The heart of every leader is in God's hand, which means to say, God gives people a certain authority, God gives people a certain influence over others, and they become leaders. But they're leaders over others. They have no power to change God's plan. The first two plagues, Pharaoh hardened his heart and refused to let them go. After the other plagues, God hardened his heart. But that doesn't seem right. If God is hardening his heart, why is he punishing him for that? The hardening of the heart was not what made him evil. The hardening of the heart was the ability to tolerate the plague, to not be overwhelmed and impressed by the plague. So the first two plagues, he wasn't overwhelmed, even without God hardening his heart, because the astrologers and the magicians were able to turn water into blood also. So he wasn't so impressed. And they could bring frogs too. But after that, the plagues were beyond. That would have impressed Pharaoh and forced him to let the Jews go. God didn't want him to let the Jews go because of a plague. He wanted Pharaoh to let the Jews go because it was the right thing to do. So the hardening of the heart was, don't be impressed by the plague, consider what you're doing. You're playing God, you don't want to obey God. Eventually, it was effective. After the 8th plague, I think, Pharaoh called Moshe and said, "You're right and I'm wrong. God is right and I am wrong." It was the beginning of a change in belief, in thinking, in understanding. That's what God wanted. So if you remember, when Pharaoh does send the Jews out, he's very specific. He says, please leave now, go serve God. It's not just get out, I don't want to die. So that's why there had to be 10 plagues, not just one big one, because that certainly would have intimidated Pharaoh rather than enlighten him. And that's also what the hardening of the heart was. So sometimes the behavior of leaders is a little shocking. Like, why would any intelligent leader behave in a way that makes everybody hate him? How do you get cooperation from people who hate you? So you have to kill them all out. It's not that they're bloodthirsty and they just love killing. They're intelligent people, and maybe someplace deep down in their hearts, they wish they could be nicer. But God is hardening their heart. And if God is hardening their heart, it's all for not only the benefit of others, but it's even for the benefit of that leader, like in the case of Pharaoh. We have a Sunday night program for VIPs. It's informal, it's really relaxed, it's really pleasant, enjoyable. Thank you again. Thanks for listening. Thanks for allowing me to speak my mind, get things off my chest. As always, this is a pleasure. So thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thanks for listening. It's been a pleasure, people. So thank you for listening and thank you for the questions. Thank you so much for this break in the day, in the week, just to kick back and enjoy a little bit. It's a pleasure talking to you. And thank you for adding some positivity to the atmosphere in the world today. It's been a pleasure, people. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. It's so good to just be able to talk. It's a Sunday night program. There's a Wednesday morning program for the VIPs, and there's a Wednesday night program. Just conversation, casual, laid back, unscripted. I gotta tell you, this internet, you've heard about it, yeah? It is amazing. It is amazing. It's so comfortable to be able to sit here and talk to you. No pressure, no haul. Just, hey, let's talk. It's amazing. So join us. Take a look. Click the link below and join us for some enjoyable conversation.